Hi guys, Stephen Flynn, the leader of the House of Commons for the SNP, seems to be the only party at the moment that are willing to talk about the problems of Brexit. But more than that, his party stands somewhat alone in not just rejoining the EU, but being more open on immigration, something sadly Labour have been running away from. Here he explained what was necessary in order to grow the economy, and it's to welcome workers from abroad who can contribute as taxpayers, but also to improve the trading relationship with the UK's biggest market. Stephen is a breath of fresh air. Have a listen to this.
There's perhaps 3 or 4 things that we could and should do. Now, they may not be popular with members on certainly the government side and indeed some on the official opposition side, but they are necessary because all of us, I think, would agree that in order to have economic growth, what you need and what you have to see is the tax base expanded. So the easiest way to do that is to actually increase working age migration into these isles. But beyond that, it's to ensure that the businesses that we all want to see thrive are able to export directly to the biggest markets possible. In our case, there's one sitting just across the channel, the EU single market, Mr. Speaker. And I think we should be a bit more robust and confident about saying that not only do we need more migration on these isles, we need access to that EU single market. And Mr. Speaker, the argument that the Prime Minister would put forward would be that the agreement, the trade deal that was reached with our friends in Asia is the start of something better. Well, how do we look? And that trade deal is worth 0.08% of GDP. So they would need 50 of those trade deals just to match the 4% hit caused by leaving the European Union.
There you have it. Now, what's very interesting about this is not just the talk about rejoining the European Union and talking about the damaging impact Brexit has had, but also about immigration. It's one of the only parties, maybe with the exception of the Green Party, that is talking about immigration in a positive way. The Labour Party have been talking about how they need to bring down immigration and have to focus more on more jobs for British people. The Tories, of course, are anti-immigration. But if you want to have a progressive society, if you want to have a robust economy, if you want to have a booming economy, you need to be more open to immigration. You need to be allowing businesses to access the workers they need. If they can't find them in the local area, they'll have to find them further afield. And if you have a society that is open to immigration, you're going to get the best people coming. You're going to attract investment and you're going to grow the economy. The Tories want to go in the opposite direction. They want to close the border when it comes to people, not so much when it comes to goods and checks, but when it comes to people, they want to keep as many of them out. The Tories are, of course, moving in the direction of UKIP. And it seems the Labour Party don't want to talk too much about immigration, which is disappointing, to say the least. Because, as I said, an open society that welcomes people is going to attract the best and is going to attract investment, and that will grow your economy. Now, when it comes to Brexit, the SNP can do very little. They have no power over the Tory government and they'll have no power over a Labour government. They can try and lobby and pressure a future Labour government to work more aligned, be more aligned with the EU, to work closer with the EU, but their hands are pretty much tied. But I hope that they are able to lobby somewhat and perhaps push this narrative that immigration is not something to be feared, immigration is not something negative, and we need to stop listening to people like Nigel Farage. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.